Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 3 of our remote maths learning. You're going to need a pen and paper, or pencil and paper should I say, to write on. And if you want to pause the video to go grab those materials and get your date, volt and context written down and underlined. Just because we're at home doesn't mean we have to forget the expectations of our work. I bet you thought you got away with that. Right, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so our starters for today, guys, just a quick sort of recap on calculate the perimeter of the rectangle, find the missing number, 5,147 take away something equals 3,925, calculate 2,450 and 782, how many hours are in 2 days? Move this over here for now. So if you want to pause the video and have a quick go at those. Okay, so if there's any of them that you're finding tricky, we had a look at our shapes yesterday. So if we know that a rectangle has equal sides, or a pair of equal sides, if this is 12 here, what is this side going to be? Remember, if they're equal, what is this going to be as well? Same with this side. If they are of equal length, what is this side going to be? If we know two of them, we should be able to work out the rest. So find the missing number. We can show this in a box model. So at the moment, we've got our total, the large number, 5, 1, 4, 7. We've got a part of it, 3, 9, 2, 5. But we're missing another part. So at the moment, we've got 5,147 take away 3,925 is going to equal this amount here. What can we do? If we know the answer and we have a part of the question, what is it we have to do to this operation to work it out? I feel we don't need to go through question 3. That's a simple add 2,450, add 782. So use your column method, making sure that each of the place values are set in the right order. And the last question, how many hours? So I'm highlighting the key information so I can, let's get the pen up. Oops. I'm highlighting my key information. How many hours are in 2 days? So to work this out, I need to work out, first of all, how many hours are in 1 day. So if I know what a day is, I know what 1 is, I can then add it on to another day. And that should give me my answer. Okay. Right then, let's crack on. So recap, what is perimeter? So we went over this yesterday. Let's see if this time we can get the perfect answer. So pause the video for a second and write down your answer. Okay, so if you put the outside measurement of a unbroken shape, you've got the perfect answer. The outside edge of an unbroken shape. So it's all the lengths of an unbroken shape added up. Okay. So today we were looking we're calculating the perimeter of a rectangle, but this time we're not using a tape measure, a ruler, or a piece of string. We're going to be using the squares on our grid paper, which makes it slightly easier for us. So we know that one of these squares is 1 centimeter high and 1 centimeter wide. And then we can use that information to work out the size of our rectangle. So you can see here, if one square equals 1 centimeter, how many squares, or what is the length of this rectangle? Remember, we know one square is 1 centimeter. So work out how long this shape is. Remember, don't forget to add your units of measuring. 10 millimeters is very different to 10 centimeters, and even more different to 10 meters. So they all have the same number, but they're all very different sizes or values. So write down the length of your rectangle, and then once you've finished with the length, the width, should I say, write down what the height is. So going down this way. Now, because it's a rectangle, we know that it has a pair of equal sides and lengths. So if you know this top length, just double check to see what this bottom width is and this top width is. But I have a sneaky suspicion that they'll be the same length. Once you've counted all those up, add them up and see what you get for your perimeter. If you want to pause the video, I'll let you work that out. Okay, so we can essentially count. It's not going back. So 24 centimeters, and we can tell that by 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, that's wrong. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We know the other side is 9, so that makes 18, 19, 20, 21, and we know that's another 3, equaling 24 centimeters. Really important that we put that unit of measure. There are some people that was forgetting that on the last two activities, and just writing the number 24 you would lose out on the mark. So you've done all the hard work. Don't forget to add that last unit of measure in at the end. So just like we discussed, 9 centimeters on either side, 3 centimeters on the lengths. So 9 add 3, add 9, add 3 gives us 24. Now, we've got two very different shapes here. We have a sort of polygon, or I think it's called a rectilinear shape, and we've got a square. Now the question is, do I need to count all the squares? So we'll name this one A, if my pen writes. We'll name this one A, and we'll name this one B. So in your books or on your page, put an A down and put A equals yes or no, I don't need to count all the squares, and same for B. If you want to build on that answer, then explain why. You don't have to explain all the, count all the answers. Oh dear, it's very early in the morning. Explain why you don't have to count all the squares. You don't have to count all the squares because, and the reason why. So let's have a look at A so far. So because this shape is of a very, a peculiar orientation, we're going to need to make sure that we count each square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we know the perimeter of this shape is 22 centimeters. We had to count up all the squares on this shape because it was in such a strange orientation and it wasn't what we call a regular shape. Now though, what about B? What did you put for that answer? Do we have to count every single square? Let's have a look. So we've got a square here. Now one of the features of a square is that it has 4 equal sides. So if something is equal, we know that one side equaling 1, 2, 3, 4, we need 4 times 4. Has anyone worked it out yet? 16. So our perimeter for B is 16. Are we happy with that amount? Are we happy with how we've written that out? If anyone's noticed anything that I may have done wrong, write down in your book, see if anyone picks up if I've made any mistakes anywhere. Okay, let's move on. Oh, there we go, writing over the... Okay then, so we're going to have a go at questions 1 and 2 on the worksheet. So I'm going to get the worksheet up for you guys. And let's keep those. All right. Maths. Okay, so questions, I think Mr. Saunders said questions 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2 on the worksheet. So work out the perimeter of each rectangle. So it gives you an amount there that each square is worth 1 centimeter. And now you have to work out the perimeter. Remember, the perimeter, not the area inside, the outside edge. Now, when you are writing these amounts down, please make sure you are writing your unit of measure. If I just see the number, I'm going to put that as wrong, okay? Because it's our 3rd day of practice in this now. And same with 2. Which of the hexagons have the greatest perimeter? So which one of them has the greatest perimeter? You're going to have to work out which one, the perimeter of each one, and then write down what shape has the greatest perimeter. Okay, let's flip back to our lesson. If you want to pause your video while you crack on with those, that's great. I'll see you in a second. Now, I just have a look. Did we have any squared paper on there? Yeah. So, on your worksheet that you've got, you're going to need to draw a shape with a perimeter of 12 centimeters. Now remember, if each square is worth 1 centimeter, the outside edge needs to come to a total of no more than 12 centimeters. Now, this is draw a shape, not a rectangle. So you could draw a rectangle, but we want to see some different types of shapes. So we've got we've got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what weird and wonderful shapes can you create on your gridded paper? If you don't have any gridded paper, what you can do is use your lined paper and with a ruler, just mark out some dots every 1 centimeter. And then you can, let's say what, should I show you? Let's create another page. And get rid of everything here. Cut. So at the moment you have got some lined paper, I'm assuming. If you've got gridded paper, then it's really easy for you. Okay, and then with a ruler, you're going to want to mark out every centimetre on the ruler. And then you probably want to go 10 lines up, and you want to measure out on a straight line the every centimetre marks as well. And then you can join the dots up with a ruler. And then you've got some very homemade gridded paper, and then you can create your shape as best as you can. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just to get you in the get you practicing some of those shapes. Okay, so as long as you can have a go, then that's all we ask. Right, so make sure the perimeter is which is not broken as well as, guys. Okay, so Mr. Saunders has said width plus length equals half of the perimeter of a rectangle. So if you've started the perimeter and come up to 6 centimeters, which is half, you then need to mirror or copy the same on the other side to get the perfect 12 centimeters. Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide just to give away all the answers, Mr. Saunders. We want to see what crazy ideas we all come up with. Right, so have a go at the rest of the sheet now, guys. So pause the video and have a go at questions 3 through to 7. Looks like a really fun activity today. And then I'm going to let you pause the video there, because we've got one last question and a challenge question to finish off. See you in a minute. Okay, so let's check question 7. A shape is drawn on a square grid. Part of the shape is hidden. What could the perimeter of the shape be? So I would put, for question 7, you could either do one of two things. You could draw the shape out to what you think it could be, or you could work out roughly what the perimeter could be with writing down the answer. So I would first of all start off with what you know, and then have a guess or show a different example of what this hidden perimeter could indeed be. And your last question, so I'm going to hide that. I'll show that. So although Mr. Saunders has drawn this one here, there are lots of different options. So neither of these are the correct answer, but we get to see what you guys have done. Oh, I've done it again. Okay, so the challenge question. So make sure you write challenge and you underline it. Which shape is the odd one out? A, B, C, or D? Explain your reasoning. Remember, explain. I think this because. Question 2. Imran thinks the perimeter of this shape is 17 centimeters. What mistake has he made? So find the mistake and then explain it through a sentence. Right, guys, that's all of it for today in our math lesson. It was a fun lesson. Let me know how you get on by uploading your work so I can give it a mark and feed back any information to you. Looking forward to see that. But if you've got any problems, you can always write to me on Dojo or ask mum or dad, nan or granddad, whoever it is you live with, to message me as well, and I'll help as best I can. Anyway, I'll see you in the next lesson. Have a good day. Bye.